What's up? This is Detroit. What up, yo? Special draft live in Detroit edition. Everybody introduce yourself. Start with Mike and we go that way.
What up, y'all? It's Mike. You can find me at @1cry_JR on Twitter.
What up? My name is Leo. You can find me at Leo Morel on Twitter.
What up? It's your boy DaeDae. Follow me on Twitter at Marco246.
Hey, what up?
What up? See you later, they said.
Well, damn. Here we are.
What up? My name's Sky. This is John. Lions Fan Report. That's where we're at, too. These guys will be back in a second, but I want to say, holy fuck, Detroit.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
It's Chris Paul, y'all.
This is Chris, crazy hockey fan on Twitter.
John.
Got it out the way.
We're already done over here, boys, with
Right.
your fucking intermission
Yo,
and shit.
technical difficulties over there.
Hey, we don't pay for the internet over here at BSB, so.
About as bad as them locking everybody out about fucking 7 o'clock before the draft.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's one of those Detroit things.
Hey, man.
Detroit
Hey,
shows
bad
up.
internet.
Oh,
That was Neil.
Not since Scott was paying my bill. But this is Detroit. What up, though, man? We're going to hit on a couple topics, man. Basically just the draft, though.
Hold on. We got to start to show off why all of us all in the same room at one time.
That's true.
I was starting off,
You probably
let's start off with the
won't say
draft.
that.
What are we all here for?
The draft.
Okay,
The
then.
draft.
But I'm going to let you take. Go ahead.
That's it, right?
Man,
Draft, yeah.
I'm going to say shout out to everybody for coming out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go talk about the draft. Lions broke the record for the most attendance at the draft, man. And we was part of that, man.
Not
Chris, how
done
was
yet.
the draft?
Not done yet.
We ain't done. I'm talking about the first day, though.
Yeah.
First day.
First day.
Chris, how was your experience at the draft, man?
Well, first of all, I love it because I had a chance to meet everybody here, and we got to hang out and everything like that. I love the experience of meeting with people every day. I really appreciate the time that we took to actually meet people face to face. Like we're on Twitter here, and how often do you get to meet like the Twitter friends and Twitter people that you speak with? So, shout out to Twitter for giving us a chance to meet each other. But the fan experience was awesome because we had a chance to get down there and look at the whole 275,000 fans that were down there. But yeah, Mike, what's going on over here, bro? Are you okay, Mike? Mike,
What's going on?
oh my
Listen,
God! But
I apologize. Hold on. Let y'all know right now, man. I apologize for the lack of difficulties and everything going over here.
I know. Hold on, I want to know what the fuck is going on over here. What is going on? What is going on here? What is going on here?
We in
Nah, I'm good.
Chris is like, Chris is over here catching strays,
Yeah.
boys and girls.
Yeah, for the
Literally,
last 3
boy.
days. But yeah, well, maybe I'll take
Who
back
put
all
us
the
all
time.
together, dog?
Just
Who
kidding.
put us all together?
No,
I did.
I've had a great time so far being down in Detroit though. Like it was a good experience.
Man.
Man, I've had a blast. Some good food, good times. We got down to the draft before it really got busy, so we got to see everything. We didn't get to participate in everything because those lines were still 2 or 3 hours long.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a good time. Even when it got packed, man, it was nice to see the city show out like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like we were talking today, it was 15-2 compared to Lions fans to other fans, man. It was just nuts.
I do.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, the 3 league.
No, the other one.
Oh shit. You didn't even.
We don't remember the first one.
Yeah. So,
You talking about the club?
no. The first bar that we went to,
The burgers?
the burgers.
Oh,
with the
that's-
really good burgers.
That was called the basement.
Basement Burger
Oh,
Bar.
Basement. Shout out to the Basement Burger Bar. Some of the best burgers we've ever had. They hosted us. They were jam packed.
Yep.
But they were Good
literally
service.
even jam packed. They only took it. We only had to wait like 15 minutes. So it
Yeah,
wasn't too
good
bad.
service, and also shout out to them. Also want to do a shout out to
The three-legged goat.
The three-legged goat.
Hey, the
three-legged goat. Really took care of us. There's really nobody
Yep.
to sit. We really just wanted somewhere to sit, but they took us in. You know what I mean? They treated us well.
Catered to us, man.
Catered to us. Shout out to Summer.
Sun.
Is it Sun?
Sun.
Sun was one of our waitresses,
Bro,
and the other one
anyways.
was what?
It's some and the whole team. So, but shout out to them, to the waitresses and to the manager and stuff, because they really took care of us. They let us sit there. Yeah, and they let us film and all that stuff while we were there. Bandit took videos and stuff like that. So we were cool. Good spot though. Them chicken wings were great.
Actual wings.
That's
That's
all.
like
No, I don't even like buffalo sauce.
Yeah,
Buffalo
that's
sauce was fire. So
Mike,
shout out
how was
to
your
them.
draft experience, Mike?
Man, it was great, man. Like Chris started off here, man. We got to meet everybody. Like we've been talking on Twitter for years, man. It's good to meet people face to face. We've had a damn good time, man. Damn good food. I don't got no complaints, man. There was a lot of people there, but it was fun as hell.
It had something for everybody to do.
Exactly.
Like that was my first ever draft experience, man, and I loved it, man. Like, and I got to meet the people that I work with every week. I got to meet people that I work with every week, man. Like, I had a great time, man. I met a couple of star comedians in Detroit. What's his name? Yeah, met him. But yeah, I had a good draft experience, man. Scott, how was your draft experience, man, when you was down there?
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, throughout the whole experience, we walked around down through Greektown because that's where we normally park. So we walked down through deep Greektown. Their whole event, every bar had, their own like tent set up and party and all kinds of shit going on. And then getting into the draft, John. I mean, that was an experience in itself because one you had to find your way to one of the entrances. One of the entrances was like huge, long walk, and it was like crowded as hell. It was kind of sweet, to be honest with you, because we were at the end of it, like towards the middle of the draft, and you could just look down. And it was just like a sea of Detroit fans.
Yes, sir.
It was just fucking awesome to see, and then just being there when everything was going on with Big Sean, everybody started to flood in when Big Sean came in, and I mean, you guys were standing there too. It just got really packed at that point. And then it was
that concert with Big Sean. That shit was
right.
good.
And like you seen, everybody
Yeah, that was cool.
so
The sound was on point too.
It was.
Yeah.
Wasn't distorted. Yeah. John, did you get in the draft? And if you did, how was your experience, my man?
Oh yeah, no, we were all down there. Shit, ran into DaeDae, Leo, Mike. It was good meeting you guys. For the first time. No, but it's like just to see the city show out and actually put on, a great showing. To support like just what Detroit's doing, in these last few years. Like it's great to see. Like that the city got the teams back. Like we there showing out every single day. I know even today and tomorrow is gonna probably be just as back. Like we just gonna be out there.
I put it like this.
good outcome of this. This is gonna be a great outcome of this.
We ain't gonna skip over the fact, John, you about got knocked out.
No, that is facts.
What's going on, man?
I knew the situation. You just didn't understand what was happening.
Walking by, somebody just pushes me. Man, hold on. Who are you?
Knocked out, DaeDae. You moved 3 feet. You said, "Oh."
I was ready to be the announcer, John. I was going to narrate the whole fight, dog.
He said he thought you was chicken nugget, but but anyway.
Oh my God! What would you say?
All that dancing.
I don't think the fans of Detroit could have done a better job though. Like everybody in the city,
Right.
man. Like it's been a pretty good experience. Outside of the beer, the wait for the beer, that's about it.
Man, those lines were long.
Yeah.
You're gonna be long tomorrow too, but
I don't think they anticipated all that that amount of people though.
No.
Dude, there was a line for Mom's Spaghetti. I don't even know why. Like literally the size of like a roller coaster line at Cedar Point, dude. Like you had to wait 3.5 hours for a fucking like cold plate of spaghetti, dude. Like I love M, bro, but like Mom's Spaghetti is mid as fuck.
See, I ain't from here, so I've never had it. Is it not good?
It's mid as fuck, dude.
It's all right. Hey, but you want to go actually to Mom's Spaghetti. Like the food trucks just don't hit.
I don't even think. I mean,
I make a better ragu.
You could make the same.
But shout out to just like us as Lions fans all getting together and being there. No drama, nothing bad happened. Like great experience from the kids up to the ground. Like, hey, shout out to the city of Detroit, man, for real. Like we held it down, man, as Lions fans, and I appreciate us all being there, man, and just acting like
one Tide Nation. We one Tide Nation now.
Okay.
Whatever.
But
I think DaeDae was trying to say one pride.
One pride.
He said one Tide.
One Tide Nation.
Come on, you can't sit there and say it from over there without context. What the hell are you? Tell the people.
Well,
tell all 250 people that are live right now watching. Tell the audience.
Hey, he been drinking too much.
we're one Tide Nation, man. And that hurts for me to say.
What does that mean?
Look at all the Bama players we got. Look at the dog we added this weekend. What's his name, Neil? Come on, man.
Good.
Trayvon Arnold was our graphic.
now I like the way you did that. I like the way
Who
you
put
did
the
that.
name? Who put the name?
It's spelled right. You just can't see it. So.
That's crazy.
Man, really good.
But hey, man, name or not, he's still a dog, man.
Trayvon did.
Who the fuck was that?
Oh my God!
We party a podcast right
We
here.
got some drinks, man. Neil got his double cup going, man. He butchered that fucking name.
I spelled it wrong, my bad. But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh man, one pride. Went to sleep last night a lion, woke up a lion. One pride, man. Let's get to work.
Let's get to work. So, Mike, how you feel about our first round pick?
I feel great, man. Going into the draft, me and Leo, I think we were on the same page. We either wanted Quinyon Mitchell or Terrion Arnold, and we got one of the two. Man.
Yeah, we mocked Terrion to the Lions, but we had them moving up to 12. So we had them moving. We felt that we knew Broncos had interest in Bo Nix. And so we swapped those picks. They went back and the third round pick as well. And so we got that portion right. Maybe, obviously, they picked differently, but we mocked Terrion to the Lions. So
DaeDae, how you feel about our first round pick?
Love it, man. I love it. I think he's going to add a lot to this cornerback room. I'm ready, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we mocked him in our mock, so we all agreed that this dude was a fit. So I'm happy with it. Brad Cook.
Yeah. No, I love it as well. I actually wanted either a corner or an X wide receiver, and I got one of the two. So that's awesome. And he's a dog. So I absolutely love Arnold.
Listen, man, if there's one thing I'll sit there and say is that I was on Terrion since day one. Like, I didn't sit there and waver. The combine didn't sit there and waver like 4 or 5 or whatever. I knew some guys kind of flip-flop because of, he ran a 4 or 5, but to be honest, the tape didn't lie. And he was sticking coverage. He's long and raging. So, for us, he stayed at CB1.
Mike, how you feel? I said Mike. John, how do you feel about our first round pick?
Solid. Can't be wrong. Can't be mad at it. Exactly what we needed. Didn't have to reach for it. You know what I mean? So
it's crazy how that draft board fell though,
right?
Scott, tell them why they went up 4 spots to get him though. I mean, because some people just were like, "Well, why go up 4 spots?"
I mean, a guarantee. I mean, you got to look at who was sitting there in those situations. I mean, a lot of cornerback wanting teams. I mean, you go like you guys mocked into that 12 spot. I mean, I mean, he was mocked to go top 15. So the way the board slid with all the tackles, a lot of people weren't predicting a lot of the tackles going that early. So that was a weird prediction for a lot of people which just happened to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like the Joe Alt thing. Like, okay, a lot of people said, the Chargers would pick Joe Alt. A lot of people would think Neighbors. Okay, tackles started going. So guess what? That started the landslide. Then you just started seeing all of them fucking go off the board. As soon as 3 of them went off the board, within the next 10 picks, 2 more came off the board?
Right.
So, like,
and Green Bay was also looking at corner too. So they had to get ahead of Green Bay as well.
Yes, sir.
Listen, it was the way the board fell for us, it was perfect because we all knew that in whatever situation we got into with the draft board, right? It was always going to be the best player available in the positions that we needed. It was corner, receiver, and O-line, and D-end if one fell that we loved. So we couldn't get to 12. Denver wasn't fucking moving because the teams behind them, they needed quarterback, so they had to pick a quarterback there. There was no waiting. They probably got a bunch of fucking calls, probably from, like they said, the Saints, the Raiders. Like, they probably got the calls from those guys. We're like, okay, we got to just pick a quarterback here or we're not going to get a quarterback. Especially with Atlanta picking Mike. That fucked everything up.
Yes.
Fucked up so many draft boards.
Yeah, I think, Sky, to kind of piggyback on your point, man, like, I don't think anybody really expected that all of offense would go within the first 15 picks. And the first defensive player came after that. So, I mean, you're literally talking, so many good prospects at that point, right? And you just didn't expect that. I mean, we knew that would go. But.
And to go on to what you're saying too, bro, like, it kind of fell right into our hands. Like, we always talk about, like, what would be a perfect draft for us. Like, okay, getting that defense better and then having the player that Brad truly wants. I mean, obviously there's other players probably higher on the draft board, but at corner, that was probably his highest corner on the draft board. To get the highest corner on your draft board at pick 29, starting the day at pick 29 is a damn good fucking day. Is a damn good day. Right. And we've always sat here and talked about consolidation. What needs to happen when you have a stacked roster? Consolidate your picks, get the better player that is actually going to see fucking time on the field, and here we go. Because both of these corners could see time on the field depending on injuries, depending on camp. Like, these guys are going to play the best player available. They showed it last year with Brian Branch. So it doesn't matter if you were paid. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, one of the things that we had talked about in one of our chats is that we talked about how the Lions don't really need those fringe bottom of the roster guys anymore, right? Like, they need quality guys now, and so, like, those later picks, like, you could literally trade up and, you know what I mean, and go get the guys that you really need, and they did that. You saw that even today in day 2. So. Yeah, man, I definitely feel you when you sit there and say that, Mike.
Yeah, and what's even crazier about it is like the fact that we got our guy is really what everybody needs to really think about this. Like, yeah, we did sign Robinson. Yeah, we did trade for Carlton Davis, but Arnold is probably going to start over Robinson with a rotation. And in scenarios when we're in our bigger set, our 4-3, and then you're going to see a lot of times, I feel you're going to see Arnold probably play nickel. I'm not saying right off rip, Robinson's going to be right off rip, but that's going to be the transition, especially with them not signing a safety. That means Brian Branch is going to be playing a lot more safety in those sets. So that means when we do go to nickel, Arnold's going to slide in, Robinson's going to slide out. There we go. It's that. I mean, that's what it is. So that's worked perfect. And then you got our second round pick, which we're not going to talk about yet, but that even just adds us more depth because of next year, because of the situation contract with Robinson and the contract with Carlton. So, like, it just builds depth for next year where we don't have to worry about corner necessarily next year outside of signing somebody or re-signing somebody. So,
Yeah, man. It just really felt like when you listen to the presser, Brad Holmes' presser, and he talks about that where, it just happened to where the board fell that way. It wasn't something that they were looking for, is what he was saying.
Right.
And that's just how the cookie crumbles. Listen, you can't sit there and fault him. You really can't fault him for doing the things that he did in free agency. He did not.
It worked out last year. Like,
Yeah.
Neil, it worked out last year. Like, what happened last year? Brian Branch falls to us. We all kind of look at each other going, all right, we got Brian Branch, but what the fuck are we going to do with our safety room? It just so happened that Chauncey Gardner got hurt, and that's what happened. So it fell into place. But like, maybe
That's him having a back man, though.
Yeah, so it's they're always best man up, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They just want to build depth and competition in the room.
Right.
And what?
I mean, it's hard to sit there and predict. Right. Listen, they spent a 3rd-round pick for Carlton Davis. What are we really talking about, right? Like it's almost nothing. Like to get a CB1, to get a bona fide starter, a guy that has experience. Like what are we really talking about here? So I still like the free agency pickups, and they didn't spend. Here's the best thing about it, guys, is that they didn't sit there and spend outrageously like an outrageous amount of money. Right, like they took care of the cap situation.
Or you want to do draft cap, the real draft cap.
Yeah. We got both our starting corners basically for our 3rd-round picks.
Yep.
Basically.
And they get brought Davis in here for 1 year. Hey, get them advice and everything else like that. And if they don't resign or reschedule his contract,
listen, I don't think
you still got 2 picks.
I mean, I don't think Davis is here for 1 year. I think Davis.
You don't know that though, bro.
Brad said something earlier today that he said this. He said, "Man, that's a dog. That's a dog."
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be feast or famine. Like you better bring your A game, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. Is what those were his exact words. It's gonna be a bloodbath in that room. I love it. I love it. Look, man. Look at what happened to the to the rest of the NFC North. They upgraded those offenses, and you know what Brad Holmes did? Brad Holmes is watching this and like, okay,
fuck yeah,
we're gonna double down on the secondary.
Yep.
Yeah, needed the defense. Hey, we are one of the best defenses in the North all last year. We got to maintain that. We know that our offense is going to be high powered and going to score. We know that. Our defense has got to become and follow suit. We got to have a top 10, top 5 defense every year now.
At this point, it's got to be tough. With these picks, we filled out the rest of our cornerback room. Like we're not. We have Robinson, we have Carlton, we re-signed Kindle, and then we just drafted 2 corners. That's our cornerback room.
Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike. When maybe something that nobody's really talking about, right? Do you remember when we had Patricia and one of the things they had interviewed Slay about when he was playing man-to-man? Do you remember what Slay had kind of said about playing man-to-man?
Yeah, I don't remember his full quote, like, because that was years ago, but he was basically saying, like, they were like, man, damn, like, it's real tiring.
Tiring, and they were getting injured and pulling
hamstrings. And then they were doing the heels, too. Like, a lot of them didn't like to do all the heel work they were doing, but, man, this team is going to be good, man. They're young. They got the cornerbacks. They excel in man-to-man. So these cornerbacks we have now, I don't think they're going to have an issue playing it.
Yeah, I think they have a roster full of guys that can play man, and I really think, and me and Chris were talking about this earlier, was we were talking about how, like, man, this could really be a true rotation, to where, you know, there's multiple guys in there that can sit there and get the job done. We're not talking about fringe guys here. We're talking about guys that can actually start on other people's teams.
I mean,
it's also a lot of versatility here. Like Terrion Arnold, he's not just an outside cornerback. Like if you watch Alabama,
he's a nickel too.
A nickel too as well. Yep. So it's a lot of versatility. Like they love players that can play outside, inside. They love players that can play cornerback and safety. Like it's a lot of versatility. They got a lot of avenues they can explore here.
Yeah, they can actually. I mean, this gives them a chance to challenge one another, so that you can't, like, you fall off a game or so, you're gonna be down, and somebody else is gonna be in your place. Like End of story. You
Don't
know,
allow anybody to get comfortable.
Yep,
Like, okay,
exactly.
This guy's right behind me. Yep.
Go ahead, Scott.
This allows a lot more open, versatility for the entire defense because you no longer have to bring Brian Branch in the box every single fucking play. Like you can now with him and Arnold on the field, and you could do this with Iffy somewhat. If he just some matchups kind of go weird with him when it comes to wide receiver matchups, so you can't always do it with Iffy, and you're definitely not going to do it with Kirby. So but with Arnold out there, the way you can roll coverage with him is they can both, Brian Branch and him can both cover wide receivers. So you can do a lot more things.
And if we come back with a healthy Mosley, it even makes our depth chart even more deeper and even more dangerous.
4 to 3. Yeah.
So the next thing we're going to talk about, if anybody ain't got else to talk about the subject, our second round pick.
Yeah, that's right, Charles.
Yep.
Did I have that right?
Yeah.
And that first name was right. That first name was crazy, man.
I made that. First of all, I made that during the show. I was rushing. Had live viewers and everything else. So I apologize for my spelling. I hate spelling. Using my girl help me autocorrect. But anyway,
all right, you're at the draft, dude. It's all good.
Mike, how you feel about our second round pick, man?
I love him, man.
What's his name?
He's in this restaurant. He's another physical cornerback. I like him, man. Both of these guys are physical. They both gonna stick their nose in the run game. They're both gonna make tackles, man.
Yep.
They do not run for tackles. They do not shy away from tackles. I love both of these picks, man. And iron sharp as iron, man. They're gonna get in that cornerback room, that DB room, and the best player is gonna be on the field, man.
Leo.
I think one of the things that pops off on his film is that he's in your face. And he does not get out of your face. He's just really, really aggressive. I love it. I mean, he that's a dog right there. That's a dog. And one of the things that with Lions corners that you got to definitely be able to sit there and tackle. And that dude plays run like none other. So he'll come up and pop you. And yeah.
John, man, how you feel about our second round pick?
It's another one of those can't be mad. We didn't reach. It was something that just fell to us again, and we're solidifying that defense. That's just, Brad Holmes is showing us that depth, and we need a defense to compete with this high-powered offense that we have on the field.
Yeah, especially with the this to go with Don what he's saying. Because. Look at what the North is doing. Look at what the North has. We gotta be able to combat these high-powered offenses. Like Chicago, loaded up. Green Bay, loaded up. Vikings, loaded up.
With JJ?
They're loading up, is what I'm saying. You may not like the player. You may like the player. I don't even like JJ's, but. Point being is these teams are loading up their offenses. So our offense is already loaded. We're gonna add a couple more pieces, I think, here in the offseason still, but we are doing exactly what we needed to do to help our fucking defense.
And listen, Lions fans, you see how quick for Michigan fans to get about JJ already? Scott already said you gotta like Michigan. But go ahead, Scott.
I'm not the biggest college football fan in general. You could call me a Michigan fan. I like them rather than State, but I'm not the biggest JJ McCarty fan. So, and then him going to the Vikings just makes it even better, bro. It's okay, perfect. We get to beat his ass twice.
All right, I don't think none of us can hear you.
Scott, you're breaking up, bro.
Frozen.
I think we lost
him.
They're frozen.
What was we talking about?
Break straw.
So somebody
Break straw.
Chris, you talking about Ray Straw yet?
Not yet.
You can go.
Scott.
What? I'm here.
Back?
I think it's you guys that are freezing.
Yep.
So what I was saying was, listen, them loading up because of what's going on in our division is completely perfect. Like it matches it with what we have going on offense already. We really don't really absolutely need much outside of an X. So going with another cornerback with him falling to where we're at, perfect. Keep loading it up. Now we worry about depth at D line and move on from there. I mean, we do need to sign depth at safety just for special teams' sake, but not necessarily needed. But that's what I would do. Outside of that, I mean, the draft has been fucking phenomenal so far. I think we're gonna do a decent job here in the 4th round and just keep them moving. But here they are.
Yep. Guys, you guys holding it down.
Hey, I apologize, man. We having trouble going.
Yeah,
The Airbnb fucking Wi-Fi. There you go.
Right. Trying to blame it on us over here.
We're gonna have to upgrade the Wi-Fi.
Hey, shout out to my son Leo for texting me and telling me that for sure our Wi-Fi sucks. Son, thank you, son. Love you,
bro. Thank y'all for holding it down. You know, that's why I love y'all. But Chris, I was gonna use. Go ahead.
Oh, I absolutely love Enos Rickstraw. I actually wanted him in the 1st round when we first started, but
he's been mocked a lot of first round.
Yeah, but I also noticed that that Campbell said that he tried to trade up several times to get Enos. Enos Rickstraw. Enos Rickstraw.
This will say you got to get your penis or something. No.
Hey, hold on.
Enos Rickstraw. But they wouldn't trade, and so we were lucky he fell to us.
Professional.
We ain't professional, dog.
I agree with Chris. I completely agree with you. That's what I was saying when you guys connection went in and out there for a second. Is it's great that we are able to load up like this for not only right now because of what the division is and how the other teams are loading up on offense, but for our sake of actually just having kind of like a future that is cheap in that area. So if we do need to go a different direction for Carlton Davis and Robinson, we can without fucking having to like kill ourselves on dead cap. So it just works the hell out very well.
Mm-hmm.
I already went, didn't I?
No.
I like the kid a lot.
Hey. You don't even remember if you went.
You don't even know who we dropped it, bro.
We took a kick, right? No, but seriously, I like the kid. He looks very physical, and he plays the run game well. And if you're going to play in the defense, you got to play the run game. So I like the kid.
The one thing I liked about him, because I really don't had to watch a lot of the film on the guy because I'm not a draft expert. That's why I let y'all do your own show. Was when he was drafted, he had that look on his face like he was ready to go. This shit started right now. You feel me? Like he wasn't smiling. He was like, it's time to go. You feel me? Even with our 1st round pick, you feel me? Went to sleep in line, woke up in line. Like a lot of this didn't happen. When people used to get drafted, they didn't even want to come here. Like St. Brown, he came out and said when he got drafted, this was one place when he seen 313 pop on his area code, call him, he did not want to come here. But we changed the culture with Dan Campbell, Sheila, and Brad Holmes. You feel me? 2 players where they want to come here now.
And now we got black jerseys.
But I'm just saying that grit, that tenacity, since the whole Sheila. There you go.
That we do.
Childish.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. I love the black jerseys.
I love the black jerseys.
The black jerseys with the new helmet even looks even better. Like it's just a dream. It's a dream come true for a lot of motherfuckers. Because like it or not, a lot of the players like black jerseys. Like they just like that shit. Yeah, that's clean as fuck.
That is hard.
That is hard as hell.
That is hard. That helmet is
that is cold.
And us Lions fans that like grew up like everybody in their 30s and 40s now, like we grew up in those early 2000s seeing the black jerseys.
Fuck yeah, we did.
You know, we've been seeing those. So it's like it's good to see those come back.
And they look better than ever.
Yep.
They did a great job.
I absolutely
Oh yeah, Luke.
A black line on the side of the helmet. That black line.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
that black line.
Yes.
Good shit, Luke. Did you have a good time, Luke?
I'm sorry, but I think the old school blue ones are the best ones. The blue ones they just made, I love those, man.
Dude, they all look fucking good.
All looks good.
They all look good.
The whole
I was telling somebody the other day.
We wanted, guys. It's what we wanted.
I was telling somebody the other day that I felt like Lions away jerseys are probably some of the best in the league. Like literally.
Yeah, everything about our new look is what we wanted. It's the classic but new invented look with black jerseys.
Yeah,
as our alternates.
We'll still get.
That's exactly what we wanted.
Right.
Them blue helmets, though, the blue with the man, is something that nobody in the NFL got, man. Like
Hey, ain't nobody look cleaner in the all whites but us. And if we had a white
Say
helmet,
when you look good, you play good, right? You feel good. You feel me?
Hey,
So-
shout out to them blue face masks too, though, man.
Man.
Them blue face
Oh
masks.
yeah,
Nice
legit.
mask.
They're legit.
It did a hell of a job. The design team did a hell of a job. Good shit.
My next thing is, and we're gonna talk about this. Nobody can say nothing more bad about Brad Holmes. I don't care if you don't trade for players at the deadline and everything. What he doing in the draft right now, man. Every year he brought in here, man, he's doing this thing, man. Mike, what you gotta say about the whole stuff? Because I heard people was talking about Brad.
And Brad to go until he showed me otherwise, man. Brad is the best GM of my whole time watching the Lions. No GM holds a candle to him. He's doing this thing, and until he gives me something that doesn't work, I'm not saying shit, man. Whatever he does, I'm wrong.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I agree with Mike. Everything he's done has pretty much been on par with the rebuild of why this has been working. I mean, Dan can do coach. You can only coach so well. You got to have good players getting your direction. That's just the way this shit works. And he's the guy that's putting this shit together. So, along with some other guys, there's scouts and there's execs and some other teammate, but Brad is the brain piece of this. And as a 34-year-old watching the Lions, I mean, obviously been watching forever. You could say probably like 30 years essentially. So like
On and off.
Yeah. So it's like we've never seen this in our lifetime. We've never been a part of really any organization in Detroit in general doing something like what Brad is doing, because no team outside of the Red Wings in the 90s have had success like this. Like
Right.
they're not the Tigers, not the fucking Pistons. They won in 04, but like but they I'm just saying, like, they're just long term. It's not fucking been there. So like
sustainable dominance.
Right, exactly. So the only team that's been super dominant was the Red Wings. So the last time we seen that was what, 30 years ago, guys?
Mm-hmm.
In irrelevance of Detroit.
92 through 2015. That was the Red Wings.
26 years.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, consistent playoff appearances and everything like that. Yeah, but he's saying like complete
I'm talking
dominance.
about Stanley Cups.
Winning the thing was like the.
When's the last time he won the cup?
2008.
Was that the last one?
Yeah. So
2008 was the last Stanley Cup. Yep.
right. So so we don't see it much. So I'm glad it's finally going in our direction.
It's the first time as a Lions fan in my watching them that we can actually be true Super Bowl contenders. Like we always say, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. We actually think and know
There's
that
basis. There's
right
like
there.
basis
Like,
to
right.
it now. Like,
Right.
it just sound like home.
we're this close.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
close.
even back when I was younger and I watched when we, the last time we won the division. I mean, even then it wasn't like, oh wow, like cool, we have a way forward. We didn't. It was just like a maybe 2 year hiatus, and then that was it. Here I have a feeling like the feeling here is just like it's totally different. It's like you feel the vibe, like the culture changed, the just the feeling that it's going to be a long term situation, not just like a 1 or 2 year thing.
Yeah, I feel like overall the reason why that could be though, Chris, is because now there's real trust amongst the entire organization, from GM on down to the position
owner. Sheila
I mean, you have to give up.
Sheila
shout out to Sheila.
She came here and changed this whole thing around. She could have did the same thing her mom did. No, she took time to get in touch with the fans and the coaches and everything. She brought Spillman in here to help her out.
It all started with Sheila.
Yeah. So from top to bottom, I mean, there's a lot of trust going around. I mean, because they got that the scouting team and Brad Holmes and all them, they got to sit there at the front office. They got to sit there and trust that Dan Campbell and his positional coaches are going to sit there and develop these kids and make sure that those draft picks do hit. And and I think from the prior regime, like that, they didn't get that, right? Like they were just looking for talented kids, but I don't think that they necessarily developed them. We had an earlier conversation about Jeff Okudah. I believe that that's what happened with Jeff Okudah. It's not that Jeff Okudah wasn't a good prospect. He was a really good prospect. It's just that he had no coaching to sit there and develop it.
And he came into the wrong scheme. They didn't play him like the way he played him in college.
Well, his first came back from injury. He got matched up against DeAndre Hopkins. And like he got cooked up and down the field. I mean, that's going to destroy any corner's confidence.
Yeah, I mean, in the past, to build on that, we had multiple players that played for Detroit, and they went to their second team and did much better than they did in Detroit.
Right.
And they got more contracts on top of that afterwards. Lincoln Tomlinson was one. Kyle Van Noy was another one.
Yep.
Man,
Cliff Averill too, I do believe, right?
Cliff Averill, I love Cliff Averill, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this regime actually develops players, and sometimes you might not see it in year 2, but you might see it in year 3 or 4. Like Derek Barnes,
Yeah.
the safety, the safety, Melifonwu. Yeah, like a lot of us, including myself, like
St. Brown was in the first round, second round.
I remember somebody saying coming out of camp, we didn't think Melifonwu was going to be on the roster.
Because he got chances, but he never really popped like that. And part of not popping like that was him always getting injured, not being available. But he really shined last year.
Development.
Shout out to Brad taking people this year that are healthy. Nobody's like coming off like
Rakestraw was it?
No, Rakestraw
2021 had an ACL.
And he's also had some soft tissue injuries too. He's had some groin issues.
Well, it's not like he's coming off like a season ender and needed.
Yeah, true. You know, like he's not like James.
He's coming in healthy.
Whoa.
No Brad Holmes specials this year. Cool with it, man.
Not yet.
Right. Yeah.
We're not done yet. Yeah. Definitely.
Another thing I want to talk
You don't know who's fallen.
Yeah.
Who's falling, Scott?
I haven't even looked yet. There's been so much going on that it's just honestly this draft, like Chris said earlier, with it going like all fucking offense right off rip, it really turned things upside down for a lot of the draft on that back end towards those wide receivers, because the wide receivers, they literally started to fall. It almost like the run was weird on them. You know what I'm saying? It was like quarterback, tackle, wide receiver.
Yep.
And then some DBs, some defense sprinkled in there, and then here I think Brad was just like, I'm moving up, I'm gonna start the cornerback run, and then let's go. Making sure you get your guy. Not really start it, but you know what I'm saying? Get in there, get it done.
Yeah. Even TJ Tampa's still available. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in our group that like TJ Tampa.
Yeah, he's still at the bottom of the 3rd round. He's still available.
We got 2 corners now, so we obviously not doing that.
Yeah, I know, but still, that's crazy.
But yeah, I like them too. Man, what was I was gonna say about Brad?
Troy Franklin is surprising to me that he's still left.
Who is it?
Troy Franklin.
Yeah, he's surprising.
We got him in our first round.
What about the other cornerbacks? Like, what about the tall guys like Kyrie Jackson, and another guy,
Cam Hart.
Cam Hart. Yeah, both of them. Are they still on the board?
Cam Hart is.
Cam Hart's on the board.
Yeah, he's
Kyrie Jackson off.
What about Kyrie Jackson?
Kyrie Jackson. Let me see the corners first.
The other Florida State corner came off.
He went 2nd round.
Jerry Jones. No.
Wait, you're talking about
Jerry Jones or
Green.
Ronaldo Green?
Kyrie Jackson's still available.
Green
Kyrie Jackson's still available. Yeah, he's still out there. So you got like Cam Hart. You got Chris. Abrams Drain as well. So you got a lot of good corners that are.
And shout out for Brad for trading up, man. Once he saw Quinyon Mitchell go off the board, man, he got up there, called Jerry Jones, and made the deal, man. Shout out to that, man.
They said that he said that he was trying to get up into the teens,
right,
to get Terry.
Hey, because to be honest, like we did our mock. When we did our mock, we traded up as well. But I honestly thought it was really like 15 to 20. That would be the sweet spot that they were trying to trade up. And it sounded like when he said teens, like that's probably where he was trying to trade up.
Well, one of the reasons why we traded all the way up to 12 though was because we felt that the teams in front of Denver needed corner.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to get ahead of the curve.
Yep.
And it just so happened that we felt like Broncos were gonna target Bo Nix. And so we were just like, man, that we just made that marriage.
Yeah, that's true as well. That's true as well. Because I thought that's probably where Quinyon could have went first was 15.
Yeah,
to the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now my thing about the who's left, the one person that I'm just looking through quickly and seeing that I did like to coming in this draft. If we can get them super late, like I wouldn't mind them getting Luke McCaffrey.
Wide receiver from Rice.
Yeah, he's still on the board. I didn't see him get drafted.
I'm glad you said that because I was just about to ask everybody if it was one position we needed to draft.
He's a typical X, is why I say that.
Still need an X. Yeah, I agree with Sky, man.
He's a good one-on-one contested catcher guy. Like that's what he does. That's his forte. So,
John,
he's 6'2". Like he's what we need at X.
Agree with Skyler. Really think with what's left on the board.
Just looking at it real quick.
Yeah, the quick look over the board. Like, I mean, Brandon Rice is nice. He's just a little small.
Can you guys
board? Scott, put a board up.
What up?
Put a board up. I can't get to my keyboard.
Well, who's left?
Yep.
Yeah. I can do that.
Yes, I got that.
I like Javon Baker still out there, wide receiver from
Yeah.
UCF.
Yeah. I like Javon Baker.
Yep.
You like Javon Baker?
I do like Javon Baker.
Now, there's a very interesting prospect at wide receiver. I said something about him in one of the first couple draft shows.
There you go. Share my screen, Neil. You're good.
He's like 6'4". I think he played for Michigan.
Yeah.
Cornelius Johnson, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think it's gonna be.
See, like, so if we're talking what we need left,
we can't see him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
zoom in.
We can't see because we're waiting on our 72-inch.
No.
Yeah, just zoom in if you can, Sky. Here's all the receivers.
But I think
I
think Brad Holmes this draft is on defense, and I think we're gonna get an in because we need somebody opposite. Like I said, I don't trust Davenport. You just look at his resume. Your resume tells you who you is. You feel me?
Oh.
Well, us.
So if you're just looking at what our needs would be left, it would be, in my eyes, it goes wide receiver, O-line, the end. In my eyes. Because one, the end, I don't think there's that many guys that I really like left that are in that spot.
When you say O-line, you mean like Sky?
Like guard.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to really quick. We're gonna do a little infomercial. Shout out to the 400 that are sitting there online, sitting there watching this, and just talk about Lions football.
Listen, when one private, when we show up deep, man.
Like and follow, babies.
Yeah, please hit the subscribe button, man.
Yeah,
hey, even though we're a little wild tonight, you feel me? Because hey, we're gonna start, man.
We have
party night.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, appreciate everybody being here, man.
So back on track though.
Yes, sir.
That's why I said, see, if we can get him late, like we don't even have to draft. Like I don't know. He's exactly what we need. And then we go to O-line. Like go to guard. Let's see who's left.
So at least as of right now, right? A lot of interior guys are still there, man. Like quality interior guys. There's I believe there's a South Dakota State kid, Mason McCormick, I believe is his name. I mean that kid is, you get that kid late with their first 5th round pick. I believe is their next pick. So I mean they can get that kid late. There's another kid.
Is it Haynes from UConn still out there? Christian Haynes?
I don't know if Christian Haynes is still out there, but if he is, that's a hell of a pick as well. And then you got the BC kid, the Boston College kid that was at the Shrine game, and he showed out too. So a lot of quality guys still. Van Pran, that's DaeDae's boy, center from Georgia. So there's still quality interior linemen out there that would sit there and do very well and be ready. Remember, Yeah, remember we got Zittler and I believe Graham got Glasgow.
Yes,
Graham's got 2 years and Zittler's got 1. So or Zeitler. So you're definitely going to look to replacing at least one of those guys. I know we have what's the guard's name?
We have Sorsdale.
Who they like. They definitely they like. So, but you at least need one interior guy for sure.
Mahogany's out there.
Shout out to the dude that started in the NFC Championship game, man. I thought he played well. Like he didn't play like great or nothing like that, but for what he is, he held it down, man. I don't know how to pronounce his name though. Ashika, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I thought last year he was better than the year before, so I thought he even developed to be a little bit better player than when he was the year prior.
Yeah, and the other thing too, guys, is that we might need a developmental tackle. We're talking about a 6th guy, the 6 lineman now at this point. I know that there's out of Mizzou, forget his name at the top of my head.
I know what you're talking about.
Foster, yeah. I mean, he could be a development kid. He could come in. Yeah, Javon Foster. So he could come in as your 6'0" lineman.
What about here's the most interesting one, right? Okay, so since we're into doing weird shit, Brad does weird shit. Do we take the British Columbian?
Oh God.
Who we talking about? Say his name.
Bonnie Manu.
Gio.
What position did he?
The tackle, that big motherfucker, that 6'8" dude.
350.
That there was videos coming out about him being fucking doing workouts and being just a monster.
We added that 7th round pick. So look, man, I mean, Brad does wonders with. I think Brad is one of the best, especially with the undrafted free agent list. Yeah. He is one of the best about working that line. So to be honest, guy, I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't put that.
You don't even have to be right away. Like he could just be like a 7th round pick. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Well, remember for our GM, that practice squad list like matters to him. I mean, he last year we had Gil. Remember we threw Gilmore on there and a couple other guys. They were true development guys that he saw. We're like, hey, you know what? Eventually, these guys will be on the 53-man roster.
But that's what this dude is, though. That's what Mando is. He's a developmental guy.
Yeah. So I mean, it matters to
6'8", 350, dog, athletic, bro.
Yep, I'm with it. Yeah, with it.
Like he's quick. Like he's like an athletic, like type dude. Like kind of like Penne. Kind of like Penne. He's athletic as fuck.
I'm with it.
Mike, what position of need you think Detroit still need to address this?
The only position is what you guys said earlier, X receiver, man. If we can get the X receiver still, I will take it. But other than that, man, I think we're pretty set, man. I love this roster. This is probably the best roster top to bottom, position by position that I've seen in my lifetime being alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, I absolutely believe that we're like I'm a firm believer. I've been saying this for a while. It's like I believe that we're gonna jump up to like the 4th round. We don't have a 4th round pick, but I believe that we're gonna jump up, and that's where we're gonna get our 4th round.
Man, we're gonna drop Spencer Rattler, bro.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
I don't think so.
That's what we so big.
I think it's time for him to lay down.
Try to Hendon Hooker. Spencer Rattler.
My thing is, I got another question for y'all. With the things that we have brought in, bring with the trades, free agents, draft picks, is Brad home? I mean, not Brad home. Oh my God.
No, come on, bro.
My bad.
Don't get scared. Spit it out, bro.
Our defensive coordinator, man, is he gonna have any
Hey, man.
Anyway.
AG gonna produce a top 10 defense this year, man.
Putting this double cup up. Go ahead, man. Would you go ahead?
Hey, he gonna, like I said, he gonna produce a top 5, top 10 defense this year. This is gonna be the year. We got the skill, man. Like he got cornerbacks to do what he needs to do in his defense, man. That was the biggest flaw last year. He needs a true number 1 cornerback in his defense for it to work like it's supposed to work. We have it. And not only do we have a true number 1, We have multiple cornerbacks this year. We're not going to have like we had last year where we got to pick up guys from the scrap heap. He's going to do his job this year because he has the talent to do it.
Let me kind of redo this question because Neil kind of like went off the charts. Here's the question, and this we're gonna answer this, but if you're in the chat, like this question's for you too. Does AG really have an excuse now with this defense?
There you go. That's what I was trying to say. My bad.
That's the better way to put it. No, he doesn't have an excuse. He doesn't have an excuse.
Not at all.
Yep.
I think it's got to be top 10.
Whoa.
If he finishes 12, I said it earlier, anywhere from 15 to 1 is good. Anything 16 or below, I'm not happy with. Top 15 or better.
Listen, I mean, he has some talent.
He does.
On this defense. They just got to show up like they have been. That's the other thing with this. Like, he can still coach these guys. Like, I mean, what if Carlton Davis sucks? You know what I'm saying? Like, we thought Cam Sutton was going to be the fucking grandmaster of saving Detroit, and this motherfucker, the way that ended was on the news.
Yeah, it was on the news.
So we really don't know. I'm not gonna hate on Aaron. Here's my thing. You guys know this. I'm a fucking Aaron Glenn hater. I didn't.
We know.
Up until middle of last season, where I went to like the third game in Detroit, and I was like, hey, not middle of last season. It was probably like the fifth, sixth game in. Went there, was like, and I just seen Aaron Glenn finally just doing everything possible to stop the fucking offense that he was playing. Man, zone blitz, man blitz, fucking everything. And all you could watch, because I watch from the Madden angle. I sit behind the field goal post. So anybody didn't know. So I sit behind. I just like seeing behind the quarterback. So you can see our corners every fucking play just getting fucking torched. It was this. I don't know how you even coach with that shit. Like, especially in Aaron Glenn's defense where you want to run a lot of man, none of them could run man. So that's when you bring Kindle in. So like, here we are. He's probably going to be our fourth string corner. Depending on Ennis. What happens with Ennis? You know what I'm saying? It's ideal for what we want going on here.
Good problem. What we
Good
used
problem
to
to have.
It's different than what we ever used to.
For once, we actually have, hopefully on paper so far, for once we'll actually have a really, really good defense and offense. So like overall, I mean, to be honest, like how hard it's going to be very tough to get by us. I mean, what are you going to do? Double down? We have a high power offense, and now hopefully we'll have a top 15, top 10 defense.
Yeah, on paper, man, we got one of the top rosters. Like I said earlier about the defense, the same thing for the offense, because the offense was already A1. Like from position by position, we're one of the best rosters in the NFL. We might be the best roster in the NFC, period. But we're one of the best rosters in the NFL as well. We're top 5 at least.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And what it is in San Francisco's right there. Green Bay's getting better. Green Bay, they're drafting well. Chicago, depending on their drafts and their draft picks this year and how they turn out and how good Caleb Williams did, they could be good this year. I don't think the Vikings are going to be good because I don't like JJ McCarty, so I'm going to disregard them. But I mean, there's.
Hey, bro, them JJ McCarthy haters are good.
I'm going to go back to the 49ers. Like I told y'all when we did the show before the game happened, I going to do for your man. It did perfectly in the first half. I said they are not as physical as what people believe they are. Their run defense is not what their run defense says it is statistically. Mm-hmm. I said we're gonna run it down their throat, and we were gonna kill them and blow them off the field. We did that in the first half. Second half was a different story because we had way too many mistakes.
But it was our mistakes.
We are better than the fucking San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. They beat us. They were the better team that night.
Yep.
They won fair and square. Not gonna say they won because of referees, because it wasn't no shit like that. But we are better than the 49ers.
We have
run that shit back.
Yeah, we have a better overall roster.
Hopefully that game is week 1. That's what I'm.
No, I don't disagree with you, Mike. I think the roster, if we're talking about just like rosters overall in general, I think our roster is an overall better situation right now than the 49ers are. And at the time of the game, I mean, outside of our defense, like that's really what our problem was going last year was the cornerback room. Once we fixed that in the offseason this year, and then we now drafted 2 corners. Like that fixes our bad situation going into the NFC Championship game. So in reality, what happens next? Right? So if we play like we did last year, right, which we played a lot of teams close, we also beat the shit out of a lot of teams. So we just need to get to the playoffs like we did, and then 49ers. We'll see you again, bud, if you can get past Green Bay.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna see them again.
We loaded up for Green Bay. We're ready for Green Bay. We got enough corners to rotate now that Green Bay is going to be a high-powered offense, but I think we're ready to go with that shit now. I'm not too worried about that shit anymore.
We're ready for anybody. Anybody in the NFL lining up.
Hey Scott, would you agree that like we might be one of the better divisions in football?
Oh, dude, we're one of the best divisions in football. Like when you're talking about it in its entirety, yeah, we're one of the top divisions in football. Period.
Yeah, that's what I would absolutely agree with that.
Like the Vikings, like it or not, if JJ does well, that team is decent.
Yeah,
like they could beat anybody in the NFL. So if you're saying that with what I think is going to be the bottom team.
That's crazy
in the division this year. Then, yeah.
Listen, some people think that the Packers had a horrible draft. I'll sit there and tell you that they took care of some needs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they did. Absolutely.
They took care of some needs, and whether you like the pick or you didn't, they did the best they could with what they had, and definitely they definitely got better. Obviously, Chicago's coming. Like if you don't sleep on them, man, because that's a potent offense now. So I mean,
what do the Packers need outside of what they got? They needed a tackle, they needed a couple linebackers, they needed a safety, and they needed a running back.
Hey, Edgerrin Cooper is that boy at the ball. I mean, he could blitz, he could play the pass. I mean,
isn't he? He's really athletic and speedy, right? He can cut. He can. Yeah. So that's exactly what they need for us because of Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes, and he's a thumper. So look, dude, like they had a very good draft. You know, look, black and blue division is back. Listen, you never want to just be just the best team and all your other teams suck. Oh, you really don't want that. You want 6 games of hell, and I think the division is starting to be that.
Yeah, I mean they picked up a second linebacker though, just in the bottom end of the third round. So they picked up 2 linebackers. So
they need it. They need it. What are we? We're a run first. We're a run first team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I mean that's why the Bears did what they did in free agency the first year that they got Poles.
And they're not going to roll out a spawn with Darnell Savage again. So,
right. Yeah. And with the Bears bringing over Keenan Allen, they got DJ Moore. Mm-hmm. With the Vikings having JJ Addison and Hawkinson, we needed better corners. And brought them in. That's what they need in the draft. That's what they addressed it. So shout out to knowing your weaknesses and doing the adjustments to fit your weaknesses.
To get the top 2 corners, basically, outside of, we'll get the top 2 corners basically from Lions Twitter, pretty much that they said they liked. Yeah. Outside of Quinton Mitchell as well, to get Ray Straw and Terrion Arnold. Yep. If you would have told me that was a thing, I would have said you're crazy.
Especially when you got him, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the second round. He was very strong. Absolutely loved him at The 29th pick.
Yeah, that run. Yeah, that run on tackle saved us, man. Those run on tackles in the first round. That literally pushed all those corners down the draft to us.
You know what? Shout out to the Falcons for picking the quarterback, and shout out to Miami as well. Shout out to Miami as well for picking Todd Robinson, man.
Thank you.
It pushed it down. I love it. Mm-hmm.
Well, Leo, there was a point last night we were sitting at the bar. I was like, dude, are we going to get one of these DBs at 29?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought at one point we were going to get him at 29.
Because you know what? Before it shook out, how it shook out, I would have been, like y'all said about English Rickstraw, I'd have been completely cool with him. I'd have been completely cool with getting Kool-Aid at 29. But when again, my top two guys in the draft weren't picked until the Eagles picked, I was like, man, this is falling perfectly for us.
Man, there was one point where what's the edge from Florida State?
Florida State.
Jared Verse was just falling, and we were like,
he fell to the Rams.
Damn,
it was close. It was
I
close.
was like, geez,
yeah, but those were my top three guys, man. Jared Verse was 3, and I wanted either Quinyon Mitchell or Terrion Arnold, and I was glad, man. I was ecstatic with how last night's draft went.
Yeah. Who was the most surprising thing that happened in the draft?
Outside of the Michael Penix.
Outside of Michael Penix, I'm gonna say the Raiders, man. I still don't get why they did it. I don't like the pick for them, but I like the tight end. I love Brock Bowers, but why would y'all pick Brock Bowers? I just took Michael Mayer last year.
Yeah, that was a weird pick for me too. That's the second weirdest pick. It's the Falcons and then them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got to sit there and say the same thing because I just that's a Michael Mayer could sit there and he's definitely not the route runner that Bowers is. I mean, but still, you could line him up everywhere. So I mean, look, what are you gonna do to allow 21 personnel?
I do believe he said no, I'm not big on him, but Chop Robinson it for Miami too.
I'm not big on him either.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I was very surprised that they took him at that point.
Shout out to Atlanta and Miami.
Yep.
Yeah, what's your most surprising?
It's got to be honestly San Francisco taking Ricky Pearsall. They've got problems they got issues going on with Debo and Ayuk, and then they've got Juwan Jennings behind them. It's like, so what does that mean for either Debo or Ayuk?
Hey, I will say to that 49ers point, we did in our mock draft that we did prior to the draft happening, we did pick a receiver for the 49ers.
Did we?
It wasn't Ricky. It was who did we give them? I can't remember who it was.
Was it Ladd? Maybe it was Ladd McConkey?
It might
Ricky is nasty though.
Ricky is nasty, but we gave them a receiver. I can't remember who the receiver was, but we did give them a receiver in the first round because we thought they would trade either Ayuk or who's the running back that's playing receiver?
Man.
I'll tell you, Sky, though, Ricky Pearsall takes over that Ayuk position. So
absolutely.
And trade Debo off that team. I'm gonna say it now. Trade Debo off that team. Ricky Pearsall and Brandon Ayuk, you're way more dangerous with those two. They can run so many routes. I'm sorry. I love Debo. He's a competitor. He's a tough player. He gets injured a lot. He's injury prone because he plays running back as well. But he does not run the routes that those two receivers run. He don't.
John, what was the most surprising thing to you, man?
Man, I really top to bottom. So I mean, at least so far, nothing sticks out beside the whole back and forth at 4 or was it 5 with New York? Neighbors and Joe Alt. Besides that, when everything kind of fell normal. I mean, as you would think, we did have that massive run of receivers and we had the massive run of just offensive players in general, but it really wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. Teams kind of took what they needed. Besides Atlanta, who knows what Atlanta's doing. But other than that, everything just kind of fell. Yeah, Atlanta's lost. I don't know.
Atlanta, man.
Here's the thing. I want to talk about that really quick because
Go
ahead, Scott.
No, I mean Atlanta to me, I seen I watched in an hour of the pre-draft coverage, dude. And there was it was like Kim and like a bunch of other people, and she was great. She was like, nah, this is fucking stupid. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. What the fuck are you doing? Like, but there was other motherfuckers that are sitting up there like seriously trying to justify like this pick with the fact that he's a good player. Yeah, no shit, he's a good player. He could be the best quarterback in the draft. They're still not picking that guy when you just paid a guy $180 million or whatever the fuck it was.
I agree with Scott. You gave Kirk Cousins a guaranteed $100 million.
$100 million.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
You don't give him a guaranteed $100 million and you still draft a quarterback. I thought for sure they would draft either edge or a cornerback.
Answer it, Leo.
Who calling you? That's Leo. Who calling you?
It makes no sense. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, I was back in that dodging phone calls. That's a story for another day.
My guy Doug and phone calls here. Live. She could see you, fool.
Hey, she's probably watching live right now. She's probably watching live right now.
After the damn call, she sees you.
Then don't call while I'm doing a live show.
Hey, at least you don't know you're cheating, man.
That's bad. Come on, Mike. Oh man. And so.
Oh my god, bro. Anyways. Yeah. You know what? I thought that most mock drafts did not have Joe Alt going to the Chargers. So I thought that was a surprise as well. Most people had Neighbors going to the Chargers. So that
I
was
thought Joe Alt was a virtual lock for the Titans.
yeah. So I thought that was
Welcome to
probably
running the ball in the Chargers neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Justin Goff is what you're gonna see over there in Charger, LA.
Where's the outside? Is he still free agent?
No, Eckler's with
Commanders.
Commanders.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey, Washington had a pretty decent draft too.
They did, yeah.
And Arizona.
Hey, you know what? I was just about to say that. Shout out to the Cardinal.
And Arizona.
Hey, you know what? We did our mock draft. Y'all didn't see it off screen because we only did the first round, but I mocked 3 of their picks that they picked already to the Cardinals.
Bro,
Washington.
everybody doesn't hate
third round.
I'm not capping. I gave them in their first 4 picks. I gave them Marvin Harrison Jr. I gave them Johnny Newton. I gave him Demaryius Robinson, and I gave him the running back from Florida.
Trey Benson.
Yeah, I gave him Trey Benson. So they got 3 out of the 4 people I mocked them in their first 4 picks.
Mike fucking tooted his own horn, dog. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Pop your shit, boy.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna pop some more shit. Hey, Mel Kiper on ESPN. Hey, Mel Kiper on ESPN. He got 7 picks right in the first round. We got 6 right in our mock draft.
Hey, that wine got him feeling it.
Hey, there you go. Mike, pop that shit, dog.
Hey, we would have
How
got
many glasses of Chardonnay?
I said,
Right. Hey, the ones we missed out on, we just flip flopping, man. We flip flopping about like 3 more picks. We flip flopping.
You guys also had a few that were the same, like the same position,
Like the
just a
Jets.
different name.
Like the Jets. We had
So you
6
actually had the same. You
With
had the
different
proper
names.
positions. They just flip flop.
Right. So, but I'm gonna say Mel Kiper on ESPN. He got 7 picks right in the first round. We got 6 right in the first round.
He calling out Mel.
This is our first year doing our mock draft too.
So our last
1.0.
1.0.
And we only did one. We only did one.
1.0. Everybody else did like 15. We did one. We did one. All right.
The draft crew came over here to take over today. That's what
And, look, man, we talked about, we were so tired about talking about prospects after a while, man. We were.
I think everybody was tired.
It gets exhausting after a while. Like you get just to a point where you're like, okay, we've done all we can possibly do.
Well, what winds up happening is prospect fatigue, and now you just start talking just to talk. Like the last week, I mean, some fans were just saying some outlandish stuff, and it was just weird. Like it just gets.
I'm not getting traded.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about Amon-Ra. He signed his new deal, man.
Yeah.
That's shout out.
Big, look, man, that's a big move, and you know that also says that Brad Holmes is going to double down on his research on his guys.
Yep.
I mean, for you to sit there and scout that kid for as long as he's done it. I mean, we're talking. He was saying like he was talking about his high school, right? So he's got a whole draft profile on Amon-Ra, and he's giving them this extension as well as, and we'll talk about the other guy that they extended.
Talk about Sheila.
But and Sheila trusts him,
right? Because she trusted him. Because she asked him whenever we get a wide receiver, right?
Right.
And he told her we was good. He had the receiver in mind that he was getting. It turned out to be Amon-Ra. But again, what we touched on earlier, shout out to Amon-Ra for his honesty. Like,
right,
we are in a new era with these Detroit Lions, man. Players did not want to come here, and that's not only as free agents, but as draft prospects. He touched on that. He said he did not want to get drafted to Detroit. He wanted to get drafted actually to play with his brother in Green Bay. And when he saw 3-on-3 pop up, he was like, "Oh fuck!" Hey, shout out to him for his honesty and him also saying now that if he knew what he knew now, then he would have paid to come to fucking Detroit. Like, we are on a whole nother wave. We're on a whole nother wave, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in Detroit, man.
Yeah, man. I to just kind of see that progression though, overall, you know, I mean, and to see him double down on his guys, meaning Brad Holmes, I mean, it's phenomenal. So, Dae said peace.
He's talking about the other guy. Contract. You probably forgot what we was talking about.
Yeah, I did. Well deserved.
Yeah, 50 drinks, man. Yeah, 50 drinks.
I know it's well deserved, man. A little higher than I originally thought he would have got paid, but he deserves every penny of it. And then with it being $77 million guaranteed, man, I'm 100% okay with that.
Chris, how you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, he deserves it. He's put in the work. A shout out to him for like Mike said. I mean, he's being upfront and transparent, which is funny because that's actually how our coaches are. They are very transparent. They tell us what they want and what they're going to go after. This also allows us to. It shows future free agents that listen. We draft you or you bring us in. You do good. We do good by you. At the end of the day.
Yep.
Hey, slot receivers do get paid. right, Scott? Like, that was the big knock. Like, why would you pay a slot receiver X amount of money? Listen, like, the league doesn't care. They don't care about if you're a good player, you're going to get rewarded at the end of the day.
But Leo, here's my thing with it, dude, to counteract all those fucking idiots. Like, do we consider him in Detroit, like as Detroit fans, do we consider him a slot wide receiver?
No, because I'm going to tell you this. I wanted to go after you went. He played like 50-50. Like, he was on the outside and inside. He was 50-50. Like, he was pretty much halfway either way.
Listen, when you play in those condensed formations, meaning when your wide receivers are not out that wide, right? Generally, it's for the run game. So that means that he's going to motion inside, outside, other side of the formation. So when you start talking like he's only a slot receiver, what you're basically sitting there saying is that you're saying that he's a smaller guy and that he's going to just go over the middle, which that is not true. He plays all over the field. He's our wide receiver one, like it or not. Like
they cried about his contract and everything else like that.
They talk about him like it was a 70-30 split or a 75-25 split.
He got into the league and he was the reason why Jeff Okudah wasn't on the team anymore. Like, I mean, you remember he was bullying him.
Man.
Was he not bullying him? He was bullying Jeff Okudah in camp.
He's just a playmaking good wide receiver. Like, he moves all over the place. Like Mike said, he does play 50-50. It's like 49-50. Like, so, like, in the 1% is like running back or some shit. Like, so, like, it's, dude, he's a good wide receiver. That's why he got fucking paid. He catches the fucking ball. He has great yak. Like regardless of where he's at, he makes the play. So what the hell do you want? Like a lot of times, like people forget, yeah, he's a slot wide receiver, but why is he running an 11-yard fucking curl with a fucking golf dart coming right in at his fucking knees, catches it, turns for a first down? Like we get to see that 35 times a year, if not more. That exact play, and there's nothing they can fucking do about it.
It's unguardable. You might want to say.
How many slot wide receivers do that?
I was just wanting to make sure that I was getting this right, but without Amon-Ra sitting there getting that first down in the Bucs game, like we probably don't advance.
Yep.
I mean, we give the ball up, and now Baker Mayfield's going down the field. So, I mean, listen, man. He's clutch too. So, I mean, look, man. But there was another guy.
Another guy got resigned.
There was another guy that got resigned, and we definitely got to sit there and talk about this.
Hold on, Amon-Ra's an immortal here. He won us our first game. He caught the touchdown pass when we were 0-10. He's an immortal here anyway.
He's not the sun god for nothing.
Oh yeah. So
next person we're gonna talk about is resigned. Go on and let y'all talk to y'all stuff, Nancy. Take it, Leo.
Yeah. So the next guy.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Go ahead.
So the next guy that re-signed within the same day or the next day, I believe, is Penei Sewell, deservingly for sure. What I was kind of surprised though was the length of the contract. Right,
he's still young.
Because no, that wasn't even it. It's just that we are not used to sitting and seeing this from Brad.
Yeah.
So Day, you want to talk about that a little bit?
6-year contract. I think
6-year contract. Yeah.
Maybe a new record.
That it's insane, and the cap numbers are ridiculous. First year, I think it's like $8 million, and then I think the second year is like another $9.5 million. We're right there on that contract.
You got hope that don't like to pass out money.
Well, Disney are really working numbers, huh?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, Chris is our numbers guy. So
yeah, I absolutely love it. Between Amon-Ra and Penei Sewell, I mean, like in the first 2 years, it's only like 20 or 30 million total between both of them, and that's crazy. And with the cap going up. The cap's supposed to increase I think about 20 million next year, and that's going to be. It's going to be nothing in like 3 or 4 years. Once they hit their I think it's 40 million is what it is for Amon-Ra, and Penei is probably 20 or 30 or something like that. They'll be able to extend that and then push the money down the road again. We're set up really good. I really believe it.
Yeah, even this year though, Sky and John, even this year, they still got cap room. They got money to spend still.
We got space. Like I said, there's still room to add. It depends on what's going to happen in the draft, because regardless of what does happen in the rest of the draft, we still need another wide receiver. We still need another offensive lineman, and we still need. Technically, we still should probably sign another safety or DB. Play special teams. So,
hey, shout out to the people, man, being here, man. 460. Hey, man, appreciate y'all coming to spend time on us. Even though we've been a little goofy tonight, off track and everything, but hey, we're here for y'all, man. We just love our team, man. All right, you got anything to say before we cut out?
Hey man, shout out to, like he said, shout out to everybody for watching us, even though we had 40,000 million shots. Shout out to everybody that came out to the draft, man.
Yes.
One pride.
Yep.
Man, this is amazing. Yesterday was an amazing experience being at the draft. Even tonight they said 230,000 was at the draft.
Yeah.
We
breaking that record.
Oh yeah.
We got the record.
We got the record for the first night, and I'm telling you, the weekend.
I think they said last year,
total record in Nashville was 512,000.
Yeah, we're breaking that.
It was 600.
The first two nights alone, we already have 505,000. So we're not even to day 3 yet, which is tomorrow. We're breaking that record.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday in Detroit.
Yep.
Downtown.
Detroit is a real sports city, man.
Real sports city. We get a bad rep here, man. This is city. Detroit is a beautiful city, man. Every time I've been down here, man, I have no problem.
Hey, it's because of outside of Detroit, Neil.
People that never been to Detroit.
City, hey, great.
Hey,
if you 5-10 miles.
Man, if you've never been to Detroit, I will sit there and tell you, for those that are not watching, that are not Lions fans, I will sit there and tell you, man, that Detroit riverfront is a view, man.
Oh yeah.
So, very beautiful place. I mean, I've got pictures like galore. I know I'm out in Cali, so I'm definitely gonna sit there and share those pictures, man. Beautiful places here. We're out here right now in Waterford. Waterford's a beautiful place as well. I mean, just the scenery.
Shout out to the food.
Yeah. Bro, so some of the best food that you so we haven't had. So we've been here. Well, Mike's been here since Tuesday. I've been here since Wednesday night. But man, there hasn't really been a place where a bad food joint in the city at all. So I mean, we gave a shout out to a couple places earlier when we started the pod, but. For real, Sky, like we got there's great places here to sit there and eat as well.
Oh hell yeah, we ate at a shout out Red Smoke. That barbecue place, Red Smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit is fire. Make sure you check that place out. I mean, really, if you go down towards Greektown, there's even anywhere in around the city, like around that stadium area. Like you
Greektown, man.
Greektown was on fire.
Yeah,
Hockey Town right in front of Tiger Stadium. Great place to get a burger.
I met Jack Funny 313, man, from Detroit, man. He a cool dude, man. Shout out to him, man. What I mean?
Greektown was one of the coolest places. We wound up ending up there, but Greektown, I mean, they literally shut it all down. I mean, you can sit there and just go anywhere.
They even had a big screen TV to watch a draft if you were at the end.
They had two, actually. They had two, and so you can sit there and watch the draft. Just really walk everywhere. I mean, it's not just. I mean, we saw kids. At one point, we saw kids running around too.
So we went to the other night. We got to shout them out.
So
what's the name of the club we went to the other night? We got to shout them.
There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of family friendly restaurants right there too. So it's not just for adults.
Yeah.
But just to be official, like Nashville in 2019, Nashville drew 600,000 fans. We're only 100,000 away, and we've done double that both days
in 2 days.
So all we need is 100,000 fans, which I think is just without a doubt.
Crush that on a Saturday.
On a Saturday, all day. That's all we need is 100,000 fans. We crush Nashville. So yeah, I think we're one of the best sports towns.
We are
sports general.
We're one of the best sports towns. Period, man. We love our sports. We show up to our sports. We show up on time. We actually show up before the game tips off.
And even to make it not mean to cut you off because it just popped in my head. Like to think about this, like the Detroit Pistons. We all know they're not the greatest team, but they still averaged. They were still 15th in attendance in basketball, even though we
won one game. Even though we won one game all season.
Even though we won,
Wait, we won a game?
Hey, if this was Miami or Los Angeles, we'd have been 30th in attendance.
Yeah.
Like we were still 15th in attendance, even though we won 14 games on
season. I mean, we show up. We support our teams at the end of the day. It's crazy.
Yeah, people think just because generally our sports teams aren't very good. Detroit sports in general has gone through some rough times that they think the fans aren't going to come support them because that's generally what other cities do. No, man, even when we were bad, the Ford Field was still, it looked like it was sold out. It looked like it was rocking on TV still.
Yeah.
When we won that game, after we started 0-10, man, that stadium was so loud. Yeah, I mean, it was so loud.
Yep.
Yeah. We support our team, win or lose.
Yep.
John, final words, John.
Yeah, let's see what the rest of the draft holds in store. We got another day left.
We got 5 more picks. We got 5 picks and
5 picks. So
that's awesome.
Gotta see what the rest happens. We know we're all gonna get together and recap the whole draft. So it's just sit back and wait, and hopefully we stay the course and fill out the roster.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I just want to reiterate the Detroit thing one last time. Like, fucking everybody that's listening, everybody that may hear this, like everybody in Detroit, man, like this shit that when we show out on shit like big events like this, the city makes fucking money and we get nice shit. Right? On top of that, we get other nice events. Like, do we want another Super Bowl here in Detroit? Yeah, especially because they just pushed it a fucking week. Or 2 weeks or whatever. They're about to push it 2 weeks or whatever with the announcement. With that announcement.
Yeah, they're trying to, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to push it with the new schedule change. So, like, it's like we want that shit to be here because it's a good event and man, it'd be crazy. So, good shit, everybody. That shit was fucking fire. Like, everybody was fucking just having a good time. Like, it was just amazing, dude. It was amazing. And
let me ask you
tomorrow Saturday. It's gonna be amazing Saturday too. On top of it, so it's like
a big day. Yep. Let me ask you guys this, and everybody can answer. Group chat, you can sit there and answer this. What's going to be bigger, the NFL draft crowd or the Super Bowl crowd?
Super Bowl crowd.
Wait. Oh, hey, Leo, are you talking about like a Super Bowl in Detroit?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh, wow.
Okay, it's going to be a Super Bowl in Detroit. I love the draft crowd because what you bring in people like all the teams, people from all over the country. And I mean, Super Bowl does the same thing, but we're talking about a Super Bowl in our backyard. Like the city shows out for the littlest of things. We're talking about a Super Bowl in our backyard.
Yeah, it'll
talk
be
about
crazy week
of everything. Just take the whole week off. You know, plan accordingly because you'll probably need an IV about day 2 of this thing. That's gonna be a nonstop party. Like a home Super Bowl, like we want that. Like 2006, we were all was too young for that. Like and
yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Hey.
He right.
You guys were teenagers.
I don't know about that. we got age.
No, not we got age. Sure, fuck that.
No, hold on. I didn't want to throw anybody on the bus. We got age.
He got age.
I'm trying to be nice, bro. I'm trying to be nice over here, bro.
He was already 21.
The old guy in the corner.
We're gonna leave with this, man. Shout out to Sheila, man. Shout out to Brad. Shout out to Dan Campbell. Shout out to everybody in Detroit, man, who came out to the drive, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching, man. I appreciate it, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button, man. That's it, man. We out.